Hello and welcome to the Superhero Hub. I'm Sam,
I'm not
and today we're doing.
Marvel fan casting.
We haven't done it in a while, and there's a lot of casting rumours on the horizon everywhere. So we decided we're just gonna get straight into it. So you know how it is. We have five characters each. We list them off, and then it's up for the other person to, many pardons, fan cast them. Um, We also do a DC edition, so make sure you subscribe so you can catch recent updates. Would you like to give me the 411 or would you like me to?
You can go first.
Um, who would you fan cast as the England goalkeeper?
I think we're the entire team at the minute.
Right, so I've got the High Evolutionary because I was thinking it's probably going to be rare that is going to pop up, but I figured because Adam Warlock's probably going to be in the third, spoiler alert, the third Guardians of the Galaxy film, that I'll whack him in. Nathaniel Richards, I thought, because no one's showing him love, and if they actually got somewhere going with the Fantastic Four, they could do something there. That'd be pretty cool. The Human Torch, the Jim Hammond one, randomly, I don't know why, but hey, why not do a robot? Iceman, because I figure is pretty much redundant in the X-Men films, because I think they're just going to focus. Now Patrick Stewart and Hugh Jackman are kind of left that. I figure they're not really going to do any of those X-Men films. They're just going to do the McAvoy ones. Um, and Sabretooth, again for the same reason. Maybe.
Okay, is that it?
Yeah, that's all five.
Okay, High Evolutionary. I'll go with who is oh god, what's his name? Your man from plays Alfred now.
You
Who's
sure?
in Die Hard. Scar's voice. What's his name?
Sean Pertwee.
No, in the movies.
Oh, Jeremy Irons.
Jeremy Irons. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I think he'd rather stay
So,
in
but
the
he doesn't get a choice.
the winning franchise. Would that be voice or would that actually be physical?
Physical.
Okay.
Nathaniel Richards. George Clooney.
See, if I was, I know
Makes
it's,
decent readership as well, but still.
I know it's not of, but like, if you had Miles Teller being Reed Richards, I think what would work for that is if you had Benedict Cumberbatch.
I'll be his dad. It's
Yeah,
way too young.
yeah, but he's got powers.
Yeah, it doesn't make him young.
Come on, he's got powers. You,
He doesn't have those powers.
you know it makes sense. They can hold him up a bit.
Who else was there? There were Iceman. Okay, Iceman, interesting.
I think
I got I got Efron, Zac Efron.
that could be interesting. Because, he was apparently going to be cast as Venom, wasn't he? And really, in terms of films, with Baywatch getting bad things, maybe he just wants to, do a couple things here and there.
Yeah, well, he's gonna be playing like Ted Bundy, the serial killer.
Oh, he'll probably be good at that.
Yeah, we'll see.
He'll probably give that all he's got. I remember reading that. I'll probably give that a watch.
The Torch, Jim Hammond. I think that's an interesting one. I will go. Hmm. Oh, who's the guy? John Hamm from Mad Men.
Okay, he ain't been up to much recently.
No, not that I know of, anyway.
hmm
Is that the last one? Someone else?
Sab-
Sabretooth.
Sabretooth.
Sabretooth. Sabretooth's got to be a big guy.
Me?
Oh, the guy from I can't remember his name. Ryan something. The guy from Sons of Anarchy who played Opie. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. But him.
What, the main one?
No, he was his best friend.
Oh.
Got his head bashed in, like season 5 or something. That guy.
I've never seen Sons of Anarchy, but I'll take your word for it. So, OP. And
Yeah.
Nathaniel Richards was whom?
Oh, damn, you put me on the spot now. Oh, Clooney.
Alfred.
Mm-hmm.
George Clooney. I'd imagine he'd probably stay away from them sort of films after he ruined Batman.
Oh, Batman, yeah.
Yeah, so Jeremy Irons, George Clooney, John Hamm. Why did I put that there? Zac Efron and Opie.
Okay.
So yeah, no, it's my turn.
Alright, you have Jigsaw, Toad, Hank Pym, go younger, Micro, and Scarlet Witch.
Right.
But I think with Scarlet Witch, think more the X-Men, not Avengers.
Jigsaw. I know Ben Barnes is playing him in the TV show.
Ben Barnes.
Have you ever seen Chronicles of Narnia films?
No.
Good. Dorian Gray.
I haven't seen it, but I remember you wanted me to drag me to see it a very long time ago. Okay.
Yeah, I can't think what else has been in recently, but him. Very handsome. Who would I have to play him? Well, his face would be mashed up. Do you know who I'd have?
I think Dominic West played him in one of the Punisher movies.
Yeah, I'd have Tim Roth.
Tim Roth, interesting.
Yeah, because really, you just have him bumbling about, and then have him have his accident, and then really it's just acting from there on in. It don't matter what he looks like, it's just pure acting, and I think he'll pull it off. Micro.
Micro can one of two directions. You can either go kind of tubby stereotype like he is in the comics, or do you make him like a younger, sleeker, geeky, kind of like a Q, like they did in Bond?
See, I'd mix it up because if you're hanging around with the Punisher, really you have to be like, instead of like geeky and dorky, you've got to have that streak in you to be working with a serial killer. You know what I mean? So based on, because when you say that, instantly what popped to mind, and like eventually when he turns and becomes a bad guy, I was instantly reminded of Michael Fassbender's performance in Steve Jobs or Jobs, whichever one it was, because I know there was two of them. So yeah, him there. Where he
It's
was,
interesting. I will say, would he overshadow the Punisher if he's Fassbender?
no, because they did that. No, because they'd be about on the same level. Because they're both kind of sinister. Initially he won't, because he'll just be that like happy to help guy, and then eventually he's gonna turn. So definitely in the first off he won't, but eventually I think they'll just rise to the same bit, because I think John Berthel, oh whatever you want to call him, is a really good Punisher. He did it really well, you know what I mean? It's like really there were some parts in which he smashed that role better than Charlie Cox was smashing the Daredevil stuff. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I'd have it, and really it'd be devoid of personality. See, there was a bit of charisma to the Punisher, whereas with Micro or whatever, that there wouldn't. I wouldn't have him having too much personality. I'd have him cold and calculated. You know what I mean? Not like jumping off the page flamboyant or anything like that. So yeah,
That's cool. I'd kind of write him. Have you seen The Accountant with Ben
uh,
Affleck?
I haven't seen it, but I'm aware of it.
It's got God, I don't want to get it wrong, but I think it got some. It might be autism
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something like that. I would play Micro like that. That would be really awkward socially, but the one thing he's really good at is just doing the thing with Punisher at that point. So when he turns, it's not so much a betrayal; it's just like logically in your head, you think Punisher needs to be taken out.
yeah. The
But
same as the kind of how he was socially awkward in Steve Jobs,
yeah,
because it
kind of
was
yeah.
like, yo, you ain't getting your just desserts. You know what I mean? How it was
Although
in those
I don't,
scenes.
I don't know if that was like autism as much as like they portrayed Steve Jobs as being a bit of a douche, which maybe he was, but
Yeah, but
can't argue with success though, can you?
mhm.
Right,
uh,
you got Toad, Hank Pym, Scarlet Witch.
see, I'd have Hank Pym the main one. So in my Marvel universe, I wouldn't have sold stuff to other companies. So really, you'd have Tony Stark, you'd have Reed Richards. So who would you have? You'd want him alongside with his capabilities. So you're gonna want them about the same level. You know what I mean? Um, See, for Toad, I don't know why, but I was thinking Peter Dinklage.
Wow, okay.
I know because he's little and stuff like that, but I'd have him.
I'll be a change up, alright, Peter Dinklage.
Because yeah. Because I mean, he'd be a social outcast anyway, because he's little, no offence. But I'm just saying that's how the X-Men kind of work. You know what I mean? Like the whole different thing. So the fact he's little and is a mutant as well. You know, that's like double barrel.
Yeah, 'cause it's interesting because he's been in an X-Men movie before, but in that he was the bigot. Like they completely went over his height thing and made him the bigot instead.
hmm
Right, so Dinklage for Toad.
Um, Scarlet Witch, X-Men. Well, I'm thinking a very emotional woman.
Yeah, so like I'm thinking, less how the Avengers done it, and more like she is, at least in the comics, where she's essentially mentally unstable.
She's lost her children.
Yeah, but she has been in recent years anyway.
She's hurting, mentally unstable. So I just think of so many powerful women that like it's hard to kind of pull that out of. See, I watched Constantine recently, and I was watching the Graham Norton show last night, so I was thinking maybe Rachel Weisz.
Cool, interesting. Points to saying Constantine.
She looks good, and she's got that face that when she looks sad, you can really feel it. You know what I mean?
I think could have done it if she was younger. No, nothing against it. It wouldn't work at her age compared to Magneto, really. But I can't remember her name now. But the one who used to be either married or always went out with. Helena Bonham Carter.
Oh, her.
Yeah, 20 years ago or so. I think she could have done it.
And then the last one is
Hank Pym.
smart guy.
Smart guy, wife beater in the comics. So, bit of an anger issue. Also built Ultron, so bit of a god complex as well.
So I'm thinking if Miles Teller was, I know you weren't feeling it, but if Tony Stark and Miles Teller were in a room, and you'd have Hank Pym as well.
Okay, that's alright. Yeah, but you wanted a different energy, right?
I'd want that kind of. Is it? It's interesting, really, because if you go with the comics, you've got Reed Richards, like kind of obsessed with kind of fixing this thing that's gone wrong. You've got Tony Stark just like blasé, and you'd kind of see. You've got to think Hank Pym's going to be emotional as well, because when you say wife beater, like in my head, I'm thinking like the image is a guy, tears in his eyes, really angry, slapping this woman, frustrated because things ain't going right and he's made mistakes, and it's like, why are you making me doing this? You know, that kind of thing. And I'm just thinking, who could shout that well? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That
To be fair, the wife beating thing, it's sort of like it's a big part of the character. They did it once, but it's like once you've done that, you can't really take it back. And then in Ultimate Marvel, they went back into it and made it full on. So it's just kind of stuck with the character.
Well, if you look at the kind of God complex thing as well, when you tie that in with it, is he the kind of like like Reed Richards takes responsibility for his actions and throws himself into his work to fix Ben Grimm? Would you say Hank Pym would be the same? Like, he creates Ultron, Ultron goes funny, takes the Infinity Gauntlet and starts messing stuff up. Then
He regrets it, but he will keep on going. It's not like, because when you speak about him, you think, oh, it sounds kind of like Bruce Banner, but Bruce Banner regrets being a Hulk and will do anything to take it away. Hank Pym regrets Ultron, but he will still keep going. He's Mr. like in the name science guy.
see, it's interesting, and this is a bit of a switch up. Like, it's interesting how you'd kind of have him in that role, but I'd probably have the guy who plays Scott Lang,
Oh, really?
Paul Rudd, and
Right.
I'd have him with a beard as well. I'd have him with that scruffy, like, unkept, like, scientist kind of, like, not bothered. It's like, yeah, I look a mess, but it's like, I'm smarter than you. And then you kind of, yeah, like, real serious, because he does the jokey and the comedy stuff. It's like, you know what I mean? But I feel off Ant-Man how he was with his kid. There's emotion there, and he's done wrong. So I'm thinking if you could switch that up and make it dark a little bit, and then have him come off a little forceful, then yeah.
Okay, well,
Like flawed. He's flawed how he is as Scott Lang. So I have that, but twist it from like thief to real. Just like, I'm not taking, you know what I mean? Yeah, I did that, but look, yeah, he destroyed tons of stuff. Yeah, Ultron blew up this, blew up that, but like, look what I did. I created a powerful weapon. And it's like, yo, don't look at it like that. Think of the people you've hurt. And it's like, nah, think of the change I've made because of my advances in the scientific field. Blah blah blah. You know?
right, it's something like they kind of touched on with Tony Stark making Ultron, but it didn't really carry through, did it?
Yeah.
It's not, I mean, I know a lot of people like Ant-Man. I didn't hate it, but I feel that was one I was kind of disappointed in, and that might have been part of the reason why. It's like Paul Rudd did perfectly fine. It was great, but I felt like I've already seen it. You know, it was like Tony Stark. It was kind of like Doctor Strange as well. They're all kind of similar. It's the thing with Bruce Banner not getting his own movie anymore. No one's really different when it comes to the guys. Maybe I haven't seen the trailer, but maybe Black Panther will be. Okay, so we've got Tim Roth for Jigsaw, Peter Dinklage for Toad, Paul Rudd for Hank Pym, Michael Fassbender for Micro, and Rachel Weisz for Scarlet Witch.
So that is our fan cast, and if drop in the comments your thoughts, your ideas, or whatever, or where we could have cast a little bit better, and we'll see you in the next one. I'm Sam,
I'm Matt.
and keep it on the Superhero Hub.